Hi guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Khaled, and today I'm going to be making a dungeon list tier list video for you guys. I've been playing a lot of this game. I've probably getting close to 100 hours now, and I have gotten every class in this game to level 20. I've played them extensively. I've been grinding the leaderboards and solos for some of these classes, messing around with them. And in my testing, I've really just been playing them without running builds, just really running them in solos and just seeing how they work. Also playing trios, duos as well. And I think I'm going to give you guys a pretty spot-on tier list review for someone who's played a lot of the PvP in this game. And also my goal with this video is to really kind of help people who are interested in playing the game figure out what class they should play and what the classes really feel like and what they really rank in. So before we get started, I'm going to just break how I'm going to do my tier list. It's really going to be based off solos. I will be talking about trios and group play because some of the classes synergize better. But for the most part, like where these classes rank, they're probably going to stay the same even in duos and trios. So that's how that's going to go. And then each tier list of this category is going to be based on S tier is like you're a god. It's just insanely overpowered. A tier is like above average, like really good, really strong class. You should, for the most part, perform amazingly well. B tier is like the classes are just good. And that's it. They're just good classes. They don't really, like, you know, they play well. You learn how to play them, you're going to do fine. You don't have to play other classes. They're just great classes. They're built overall, and they're only going to get better. C tier, there's not any class on the C tier, so I'll spoil that. C tier is basically like the class sucks, but it's not the worst. It just needs help. And then D tier is this class is completely garbage, and it needs a rework and everything. And we'll actually start with our first D tier class. And our first D tier class is actually going to be the Priest. The Priest, if you've played it, is just absolutely terrible. Now, it does great if you're playing in a group. Like, it's great to have a healer. They're amazing. Like, I've been playing duos with my friend Rob, and having him, like, back me up on a DK is just incredible. Like, I feel like I can just be aggressive. I don't have to be scared. I can just charge in. I don't have to pay attention to my health bar. He's just got me covered. It's great. But if you take this class into solos, you're going to die. If you get jumped by a bunch of people in duos or trios, you're going to die. You just cannot fight back. Like, the only people that can play this class and do very well in this class are players that actually, like, are sweating the game. They're geared out. They're going hard and everything. I've heard that Priest at endgame is incredible. I have yet to see it. I just know, like, in a group they're awesome, but I also know when I play with a friend who plays with them, if he gets ganked, it sucks because they die so fast. And I think Priest, you really have to have it geared. I know they're doing a whole rework on the class. I think the biggest thing that Priest is going to need in order to be competitive in terms of, like, standing its ground and kind of being grounded is it just needs some offensive abilities. All it is support. It has nothing on the offensive other than its AoE heal, but that doesn't even hit that hard, and it's like a joke. It needs to be buffed. I made the comment that said they should have some type of beam that they shoot out of their hand that's kind of similar to the Pyro Blast for the Sorcerer class. This way, like, if someone's on them, they can at least push them away, you know, and maybe that can be like their choice of, like, hey, do I have a shield or do I have a knockback? You know, this way they can have some, like, playroom like that to do stuff. But that's going to be Priest. It's going to be in the D tier. Hopefully it gets some help, but right now it's pretty garbage. Our first B tier class is actually going to be the Fighter. Now, Fighter is a class that I think a lot of people would say is S tier when they first play the game. When I first played this game and I went up against a Fighter and he was just spinning to winning on me, I died. I didn't know what to do. I was like, man, this class is so broken. It's S tier. It's amazing, but no. Fighter really is like that class that I think everybody in this game should play. So if you're a new player and you're learning to play this game, you should definitely play a Fighter. It's fun, it's tanky, it has good damage, it has good abilities. Overall, it's a great class. It's just that if you're really going to pick a melee class to go do the end game stuff with, there's just a lot of better classes that perform better. But Fighter doesn't suck. It's a great class. It got a 10% buff in its overall HP, and it's only going to get better, especially as you gear it out. You can make the argument and say that Fighter is even an A tier class if you wanted to, but honestly, for the most part, Fighter is a B tier class. Overall, like I said, B tier is just, it's a good class. It's in a fairly good balanced state. It's not broken. It's just overall, it's great. It's only going to get better, hopefully in the future with more buffs and things like that. So that's really going to be it on Fighter. I don't want to drag it too long. Our first A tier class is actually going to be the Rogue. Now, Rogue is a class that I think a lot of people might think is S tier, but it's not really S tier because it has so many counters to it. And also you have to play it a certain way. It's limited in that factor of like ambushing and stealth. I know people are gonna say, "Oh, well, you can put a crossbow on and you can like hit people for 300-400 damage and poison them and stuff with stealth." That's very true, but you're not gonna see that. That's more of like a skill level, whether you believe that or not. Rogue does have some level of skill play to be good with it. Rogue is one of those classes that like when I see it, I'm not very scared of it. I don't think anything of it. I just think of more like an annoying ass bastard on the field that's gonna freeze me, shoot me with an arrow, or run away. But I've played a rogue, and I'm somebody who never plays the stealth class in any game when it comes to PvP. I'm either like a mage or a support class. And I'm telling you right now, like, I was kicking ass with this character. This character is great. If you learn how to play it, like I said, it's counter, and the thing that I think that makes it stop being in S tier is there's just so many classes that can counter it, and also you can't really just charge someone to be aggressive because you will die. You will not live. I know there's a dual wield sword meta that's getting really popular right now, but like I've never died to a dual wield sword rogue. I don't think it'll happen. Watch it happen today, but I'm just saying, like, I just haven't seen it. It's an A tier class though. It's well above average. It's fast. It hits hard. It can go into stealth. It can slow people down. It's pretty busted. It's an A tier class. Our next B tier class, and this one might actually make people scratch their head, it's going to be Pyromancer. Pyromancer to me is like Fighter in the same boat that it's a great class. Overall, it's amazing. Pyro, unlike Fighter though, does have a lot of counters. You know, like if people are on you and you use your Pyroblast too early, you're dead. You know, if you don't know how to play the class in terms of like moving around the map and how to engage, you're gonna die. Because the thing with Pyro is like you have to stay away. You don't want to fight in close quarters. You want to make sure that you have the drop on anybody that you get into a fight with, because the moment that somebody's on you, the moment your Pyroblast is gone, you better hope that you've done enough damage to make that person want to run and get away from you, because once they get aggressive, you're dead. Now, of course, I am a believer that with Pyromancer, though, if you are able to get the Pyroblast off fully charged, I would say you're probably about 60% guaranteed to get the kill. And the reason why I say that is because that hit is so hard. Sometimes, like, even with a crap build, you can have a hit for 300. So I couldn't imagine if you're actually decked out in purples with running a set and all that stuff, like, how hard could it really hit? I haven't played it like that. I've only played it, like, in bluish to some purple gear. I've never really maxed out purple on this character and really take it for a run like that. But I'm pretty confident, like I said, for the most part, if I get a Pyroblast on somebody in solos, I'm pretty confident I kill them. Like, most of the time, I kill them. There's been occasions where I run into a Death Knight that's able to just, like, dick me down, and it just pisses me off, and there's nothing I can do about it. But yeah, Pyromancer, it's a B tier class. It's not overpowered, it's not underpowered, it's just right. I think it's only going to get better. Like I said, Pyromancer is also kind of that class where if you wanted to make the argument for an A tier, you wouldn't be wrong either. But like I said, in my case, I think it's about an average performing class. It feels good, it plays well. I think it's B tier as its fair placing. Our first S tier class, and for some reason, I think I'm the only person to think this, and let me know in the comment section down below if you guys agree, but I think Death Knight is S tier. I have been playing this character like crazy. I've been grinding leaderboards for it. It is just so busted that, like, I don't know people give this class an A or B tier rank. This is S tier. If I could make S tier +5, that's where this would go. This class is so broken. It got a 15% damage reduction buff when it casts its ability, which to me really makes me scratch my head, because it's just like, why would you do that? This class is the better fighter. I would recommend, if you're going to play this game, play the fighter so you learn the mechanics of like parrying, you learn the mechanics of just actual sword play, learning how to use abilities and stuff like that. And then once you're feeling more confident and like you want to say take on a new character, I would jump into Death Knight. Death Knight is basically kind of that scenario, like, you know, why would you rather have a used car when you can have a new car? You know, like, it's literally the same thing. Death Knight is just that good that why would you play fighter when you can play DK? DK is superior in every way. It's just better. You can heal. You have AoE damage. You have AoE slow. You basically have a slow / dot damage ability that can activate at will. You can have it forever. It's never on cooldown. It's just incredible. On top of that, you have a gap closer So does Fighter, but the difference between Fighter and DKs is DKs actually a ranged gap closer that pulls their target to you, and it does damage to you. And on top of that, it gives you energy back. So you're basically using your gap closer to get energy to cast your Soul Shroud and just kill the person that you're attacking. Also, you have 50% damage reduction. The class wears heavy armor. As we all know, Mace and Shield is hit so hard. If you can parry with the 2H, you hit so hard. Like, play a DK, okay? Go in with green gear. Go into Classic with green gear. I promise you, if you have some level of game sense, some level of skill, you will kill anybody in purple. I will put money on that. You will kill anybody in purple. It's just that good. I promise you, you are not scared. When I play this character, I am not scared. Nothing scares me. I feel like I'm about to go and win. I hardly ever die on it. It's incredible. Busted. I hope you guys get the point. Play DK. It's busted. Our next A tier class, or S tier class actually, is the Cryomancer. Again, if you main Cryomancer, I actually hate you, because this class pisses me the fuck off. I am somebody who hates being slowed. Any CCing, any snares, I cannot stand. That gets under my skin. If any of you guys want to stream snipe me at some point, play Cryomancer, you'll actually piss me off. I hate the Blizzard. I hate the Curse. The whole class is just busted. And needs a lot of balancing. I just think right now in its current state it's busted. The ability to get life on hit with dot damage is crazy. I know there's a nerf coming for that soon, which is great. The Blizzard Storm I think is ridiculous. It's just so dumb. I think the slow for it is too much. Like, the fact that you're in there forever indefinitely is terrible. What else is there? Like I said, you can cast a shield on yourself. You can go invincible for 8 seconds and heal over time. You can synergize that with the will passive, I believe, or it's the faith passive, where you can stack up heals. You can get like cryo stacks, and they can stack on top of the heal over time while you're in ice form. The class is just busted. It's an amazing class for group play. Same thing as DK. It's amazing in a group. It's just such a good class. Trust me, guys. Kind of same concept to Fighter. Why would you want to play a Pyromancer? You can play a Cryomancer. It's just that much better. Even on a Cryomancer, if someone gets on you, you can cast a Blizzard on them. You can throw Frozen Dagger. There's so much you can do to stop the person from getting to you. It's crazy. You can go invincible. It's nuts. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys would agree with that. There's no way you would disagree. I'm just saying, if you disagree, you're delusional. Sorry. Now this part right here, this is where this might make you guys say, this makes no sense. Why would you do this? I'm actually going to put Swordmaster in the A tier class. And the reason why this class is going into A tier is not because it's not S tier capable, because it is. Because right now, I just think the class is overtuned. I think that 50% damage reduction nerf is going to get nerfed. Like, there's no way that they're going to leave the class with 50% damage. If they do, this class will be S tier. But I think in the coming future, I'm very confident it's A tier. Like, even right now, as strong as it is, I feel like it's A tier, because I feel like you feel like Swordmaster is S tier if you don't know how to fight it. There's really nothing about the class that makes me freak out. Like, yeah, like, he shoots his sword, but you just need a block. You block it, you negate all the damage. He does his little sword spin, get away from him, you can block it now. So, he's really an S tier class, and on top of that, the ammunition factor of the class, the fact that if you run out of swords, you can't use abilities anymore. You have to just strictly swing your sword in order to kill people. So this class, to me, does have a little bit level of skill to use. I wouldn't disagree with you if you want to put the class in S tier, because again, when I play this class, it's pretty nuts. I think I'm ranked like 18 for solos right now, on the castle map with Swordmaster, and like I said, it's really good. That's why I said, I don't like, if you want to put an S tier, go for it, but I never die to a Swordmaster when I play solos or duos or trios, unless like I'm running away and he shoots swords at my back. And I hardly ever die. Every other class, like Priest and Swordmaster, are the classes I die to the least. And Pyromancer. Those are probably my 3 classes that barely kill me. Knight, Druid, Rogue, Death Knight, and Cryomancer, which I think you guys can agree are probably the most played classes. And they kill me the most. I hardly ever die to a Swordmaster, because From playing fighter, if you play fighter and you learn how to fight a fighter, you know how to fight a swordmaster. It's block. That's it. That's all you do. You just block. You block, you get away. When he's doing spin to win, you block. When you see that dumbass sword spinning around him, don't use that as your opportunity to deal DPS. Use that as your opportunity to, hey, let me back up, let me block. Okay, that's what you need to do. And yeah, it can be overwhelming, but like I said, when you learn how to play the game more and your skills as a player get better, you're going to realize like Swordmaster is just a harder hitting rogue. Really, just without the stealth part, right? Now, the final S tier class, and this probably doesn't surprise anybody, is going to be Druid. Druid was actually that class that I was really debating on putting in the A tier and putting this in the S tier. Because to me, Druid is kind of like that, the same concept as Swordmaster. Like, once you know how to fight a Druid, they're not really scary. But it's just the fact that the Druid has the ability to instantly transform and get out of a situation is what makes it busted. It makes it A tier. Like, my friend Tommy loves to say this. If you don't want to die, play a Druid. And he's right, because you get CC'd, turn into a Panther, jump away. Someone is attacking, you're getting low HP, transform into a Panther, jump away. You're faster than 90% of the players. You can also build into movement speed. And again, the Panther on its own is faster than the normal movement speed anyway, so you'll always outrun people. Even with the movement speed nerf that it received, it's crazy. On top of that, its cat form got buffed, so it deals more damage when it pounces, and it deals more damage when it swipes. So again, the class hits harder, especially when it's built out. Like, I'm a little bit afraid now when people are attacking me in cat form. Before I wasn't. I was like, this doesn't hit hard, it's a joke. But that 20% buff on its regular attacks is pretty crazy. It's pretty good. Druid is that class, guys, that if you want to have fun and just laugh while you play Druid. It is so broken. It's so good. I don't think it's broken in the sense that like the way DK and Cryomancer are broken. I just think it's broken because it's just such a good class, and it's only going to get better. I think the month of August, this month, is when it's supposed to get its new abilities. I remember I saw like in the roadmap, I believe. So people are speculating it's going to have a bear form. So if it's going to be a bear and be tankier, it's definitely staying in the S tier. Anyways, guys, that is my tier list video. I hope you guys agree with it. If you disagree with any of them, please go down in the comment section down below and debate me on it. I'm always active, and I like to hear you guys talk and like in question and say, hey, why do you think this? Why do you think that? Or, hey, no, you're an idiot. This class is S tier, and that class in S tier is actually B tier. So let's have that debate. Let's have some fun. Share the video. Show it some love. Peace out, guys. I'll be making more videos coming out soon. Let me know what you guys want to see next or what you're interested in seeing. I will be streaming live on Twitch starting this week. If you want to follow me, it's twitch.tv/CalTheGiant. Same thing as my YouTube channel. And I'll see you guys there later.